Police report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So Friday, Donald J. Trump declared a national emergency for the United States of America in response to him not getting enough funding from Congress for his little border wall situation. So he also agreed to sign the bill that Congress passed that gave him $1.4 billion, but he was seeking 5.7. Now, in him declaring the national emergency, a tool that presidents always have had at their leisure, but it's supposed to be reserved for like real emergencies and, you know, war type situation type shits, epidemics or something like that, or whatever. Nevertheless, now he's able to pull up to $8 billion from government situations. You're talking about the Treasury Department, their drug funds and asset funds, and the Justice Department. How crazy would it be if he get that El Chapo money to build this wall and then be able to say Mexico paid for it? Wow, right? Green Wall and graduation, man. Stay tuned. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting you know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So on Friday, a gunman actually opened fire in Aurora, Illinois at the Henry Pratt Company, which is a water valve manufacturer. So this guy by the name of Gary Martin, who had been working there for 15 years, learned about that they were terminating him essentially, and he opened fire with a Smith & Wesson that he owned. The gun itself wasn't registered, but he did have a firearm ID and was able to obtain so even after having a felony for hitting his girlfriend and allegedly stabbing her. So this man goes postal and essentially kills 5 employees and injures 6 of them. So it's wild. And later on, he was killed by police gunfire. You know, it's fucked up. The sickness that's out here. Some blame mental health, some blame MK Ultra, but it's really just a fucked up system. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on. So over in Venezuela, you know, they have a crisis that I've been keeping y'all up to date with. There's the current president, Nicolas Maduro, and then there's the guy that's kind of running against him, self-proclaimed President Juan Guaido, and that's actually who our U.S. government is backing. Now, as a result of the climate over there, because it's really catastrophic. I mean, their currency, which is called the Bolivar, is actually is depreciated so much, and is also expected to have a 1,000,000% decline this year as well, according to the International Monetary Fund, which is essentially has like a World Bank kind of function. Nevertheless, the U.S. is still trying to send them aid using military planes to give them aid. On February 23rd, Juan Guaido called for 1 million Venezuelans to go to the Venezuelan-Colombian border to collect that aid. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So this weekend, the Prime Minister of Haiti actually announced emergency spending cuts. This is in light of there being several days of anti-government protests. And there's actually been protests going on for even longer than that, even going back to last year when they were protesting the spike in fuel hikes that they were trying to initiate. Now, Haiti is in an agreement with Venezuela, and it's like a Petro-Caribe organization where Venezuela actually has these oil deals with a lot of Caribbean countries. But the current president of Jovenel Moise, the president of Haiti, is actually suspected of embezzlement of $4 billion of that Petro-Caribe fund. So, you know, that's what's going on. It's really shaky over there, and the protests have resulted in several deaths this week. Green War and graduation. Support of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So in Nigeria, it's a shaky situation over there politically where, you know, Boko Haram actually claimed didn't claim, but were blamed for a bomb that actually killed 8 people this weekend, actually on Saturday. And this was hours before they were supposed to have elections. Nevertheless, the elections were postponed due to, they said, logistical reasons. And this was, you know, right before people were supposed to head to the polls. So just imagine that happening over in the States. It sounds kind of fishy, essentially. But they were supposed to vote for, you know, president and parliament and all of that. So who knows? You know, we'll see what happens. We'll see how that pans out. Green War and graduation. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So, U.S. Cardinal Theodore McCarrick, 88 years old, been an archbishop, was once considered the most powerful man in the American Catholic Church system, and was a former archbishop. I said archbishop, but I meant he was the archbishop of Washington, D.C. Nevertheless, Pope Francis befrocked this man. I know that sounds crazy, right? Because it sounds like they're doing a lot of defrocking, but defrocking actually means to strip a father, a Catholic priest, of their priesthood and their status and their duties. At 88 years old, he was. This is the highest-ranking official for this to happen against within this Catholic Church sex abuse scandal, and this was done for his sex crimes against adults and children, including like using confessions against people to solicit sex. So it's wild as fuck. But check that shit I said about them in World Broadcast number 6. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. Yeah, I took my braids out. I think I'm gonna get like some cornrows maybe, you know what I'm saying? But right now I just got this shit going on and I ain't pick it out, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. But check this out. The Supreme Court actually said that they are going to hear the case that is basically going to determine whether a citizenship question is going to be included on the census. Basically asking people, or are you, where are you from? Are you here illegally? Type questions. And a lot of people are against that. They think it's going to deter people from filing the census and all of that. And as a result, it's going to lower the funds. It's going to distort the funds and encourage basically immigrants not to apply. But the reality is in the hood, who's doing the census really? Really? You know what I mean? Stay tuned, man. Green War and graduation. Support of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So in another ironic twist with this Trump administration, Trump's National Golf Club, which actually has golf courses across New York and New Jersey, is actually cited to have hired dozens of illegal immigrants over the years. So, it's crazy that they would have this attitude towards it. And even within the past couple of months, they're being accused of firing 18 of these illegal immigrants. So it's putting people in these crazy situations, obviously in desperate ones, since they're not here legally. There's all of this shit going on. You got to be scared of ICE. You got to be worried about you not being able to feed your kids or have a. It's just kind of scary as you could possibly imagine for somebody who's not here legally but was granted a job by Trump, and now Trump is doing all this shit about the border wall and then they're fired. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So in Louisiana, judge handed a 10-year sentence down to Roland Borges Jr. Now this was a white dude who in 2005 during Hurricane Katrina, while people were trying to evacuate the New Orleans hurricane ravaged area, he actually shot 3 black men and had to admit that it was racially motivated. He actually was quoted by a neighbor in saying that anything blacker than this brown paper bag is getting shot. Now I'm sure the people who defend racism all the time are going to see that and say, well, there was a lot of looting going on and blah blah blah, but that's racism. Like, you can't make excuse for that. If you make excuse for that, then for you there's just no such thing as racism. And for you need to fall back before you get got. You know what I'm saying? Green War and graduation. Signing up. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reed actually settled their grievances with the NFL. The NFL actually gave them a settlement, and it's undisclosed, so nobody knows how much he got. But he basically sued the NFL for conspiring to keep him out of the league, denying him unemployment. That's some illegal shit. That's some racist shit, at the end of the day. So they came to, of course, anybody who was in the know knew that he was going to get something. So they came to that settlement, and Eric Reed came to his own settlement. And this was all because of them taking the knee that they conspired to keep him out, and ultimately had to come and cough up some bread for that. So salute to Colin Kaepernick and all his supporters, everybody that was fighting, protesting, and putting pressure on the league to do so. But I'm still like, man, fuck the NFL. But straight like that, fuck the NFL until they let him back in the field. You know what I mean? Signing out, Green Wall and graduation. For the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report. So over in Britain, British Midland Regional Limited, a company that actually flies as an airline known as Fly BMI, actually collapsed this weekend and left hundreds of people stranded at airports all across Europe. So the reason this happened, they collapsed and essentially had to file for administration, which is similar to U.S. bankruptcy. But the reasons they're citing are, the rise in fuel hikes and them actually, the whole Brexit situation, Britain actually exiting the European Union, the uncertainty of it because they still haven't officially done it and they're poised to do it, but they don't know if they're going to do it because there's so much wrong with it, and the lack of certainty has kept this company from being able to set contracts with other airlines throughout Europe, because that would have an effect on where they could go, who they could deal with, etc. So, crazy situation. That's what's happening though. Green Wall and graduation.